Hi, and welcome to Visual Studio C++, the payroll management system. Okay guys, let me show you guys how this works. Right now I've entered the details of David's little man. Now let's reset the whole system. There we go. And here let's enter a name. Let's say the name is Felix Kingsland. An address of Kingsland number 4 Ring Road. Postcode is a mail, and that's today's date. And in here, employee name. So let's say that's Lucky Star. And we have Felix Kingsland here. It says city waiting allowance and monthly wage and overtime. And in here we have tax period 1 because it's the very first month of the year, and let's enter tax code, and here NI and NI code as well. Now that all of that is taken care of, all we just need to do is to click on payment there, and you can always validate your net pay with the gross pay. So let's come in here, let's assume the gross pay is that, and deduct 1,223.86. let's check that out. There we go, we have 2,960.2. there we go, that's fine. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you guys straight into Visual Studio C++, the development environment, and we put one of these together. So let's do that now guys. And welcome to Visual Studio C++ development environment. I'm going to start by clicking on File, New, and let's select Project. Okay, make sure Visual C++ is selected and you have your CLR. Then you select CLR empty project. If you don't have your CLRs installed on your system, I will actually include a link that will show you how to get that installed. I already have that installation instruction on 3 of my previous projects. So I'm going to call this CPP Payroll there, and let's save this file right away. There we go. Okay, our development environment is now building up. Then the next thing we want to do is to select. Make sure you select the name of your project, My CPP Payroll. So you either select this icon for the properties, click on that. Once this property pops up, now select linker and let's select system, and we go to subsystem up here, click on that, drop this down, and let's select Windows, subsystem Windows. The next thing we want to do is to click on the advanced, and inside the advanced you see where we have entry point. Now let's give that a name. I'm going to call my main, and let's click on apply, click on OK there. Now that that is done, the next thing is select the name of the project again, right click on it, and let's select add new item, click on add new item. Now that this pops up, select UI and let's select Windows Forms. You can always leave the name here, the default name, which is my form. I'm going to leave that as my form. Click on add. Okay, this pops up and you see this my form. That is the default form that will appear on your system. Don't worry about this error, just close that. Now the next thing you need to do is, you see right underneath here inside your Solution Explorer, you will see myform.cpp. okay, if you let's assume everything is collapsed, just drop it down, you should be able to see myform.cpp right there. Double click on myform.cpp and this appears. Look at that, and you see these very lines of code. I'm going to paste this in there. You see these lines of code? You guys will find these lines of code inside a forum that I'm going to attach to the description area of my video. Now the next thing is, you see where we have WinForm C demo, highlight that, and you want to enter the name of your project. The name of my own project is CPP Payroll, so I'm just going to enter CPP Payroll, and that should take care of these errors. You see, it's all gone. I really don't need this. This is just a comment, so you can get rid of that if you want. There. Now my form is ready. I'm going to save and run, and let's see what I've done so far. There we go, guys. That is my form. So let's close that, okay, and run it again. There we go. That's the form, guys. So what I'm going to do is, so that we can get hold of the main form inside the Solution Explorer here, you see where we have header, the main form should be there. I will officially close this and reopen it so that I can get the main form itself. And right here I've reopened the project again. You see where we have CPP Payroll. I'm going to click on that to open the whole system again, and there, right there, you see the header, and that is it. It's like just refreshing the whole system. That's it. You see, as soon as I click on the header, there we go. So what I'm going to do now is make sure the form is selected. I am now going to define the size of my form. Move that up. Let's come straight to size. I'm going to change this to the height to about 800, and here I'm going to enter, let's make that 1370. Press enter. There, that's good. Okay, the next thing I want to do now is I'm going to come straight to the tools, and right there I need a panel. Just dump a panel there, and let's go to the properties of this panel here where we have border style. I'm going to change the border style to fixed 3D. There we go. I need a couple of these panels. So first thing, let's just drag this panel along. There. And I need another one right underneath, so might as well hold on to the control, click and drag to copy this across. And I need some right underneath here. There. That's good. Move it down a little bit more. One here. And some here as well. Yeah, that's looking good. Right. Okay, this is how my interface looks now. Let me run it so that you guys see how it's gonna look like. There we go. Okay, now I'm now going to add some data in there. In total I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 panels. Okay, but one thing is, it's not that clear. Let's click on the form, and I'm going to change the back color. Let's change it to something a little bit darker. Okay, I'm going to go for silver. You see that? So that looks a little bit pronounced. Let's see. Yeah, that's cool. Now you guys can see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to close that, and here let's enter label there, and And for my label, let's come right down here and just maybe increase the font size a little bit. I'm going to make that maybe about 55 bold, and let's enter the following. There we go. Payroll management system. Right now, in here I need some labels. Let's come down here, labels, 1, 2, and I need another 2 here, and I need text box, text, 1 text box, 2 text box. I'm gonna need, this would be here, I need a text box here, and underneath here I'm gonna need a combo box. Let's come down, combo box. Alright, and inside our very combo box, let's enter male or female. Let's look for item. Okay, so that'll be male and female. That's fine. And right underneath here I'm going to need as follows. Let's copy this, and I need about 3 of those here. Move this much. Okay, and here that will be for date, and let's grab date there. Enter date here. Right, that's fine. And underneath here I need about 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then I need 1 text box here. In there I'm going to have a calculator. I already have a tutorial of calculator on YouTube for you guys anyway, so I'm just going to be duplicating the lines of code that I wrote in there. Right, okay, that's fine. I will tidy things up later on anyway. And in here I need just two of those. Undo that, copy, paste it underneath here. Right here I need four of those. And 2 more. Then here I need 3 of those there. And let's come down here. We need 1 each. 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. Then we need, underneath here we're going to need, let's move this up a little bit. And underneath here we need buttons. 1, 2, and 3. I think I'm about done with how I want my system to look like. There. So what I'm going to do now is just to speed up the whole process of naming. But let me just run it so that you guys see how it looks like. This is how it all looks like. It's not looking that beautiful yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tidy up things and get back to you guys. Close that. Okay guys, this is how the whole system look like. Of course there's nothing happening right now. Okay, so let's close that and maybe take care of the exit button first. Let's come down here, double click on exit, and right here that's where we have our exit button. Press enter, and first thing first is I'm just going to call the system column, and that is going to be window. So we have windows there, and we say column form. That's forms actually, and column dialog result. And my dialog result, I'm just going to give it a variable known as I exit. That's just a name that I made up. So I can say I exit equals message box column show, and in here I'm just going to enter my own statement of I, or let's say confirm if you want to exit. There we go. Right, so the other thing is that is just one argument in there. Let's enter the other 3 argument, comma. So I'm just going to call this next one payroll system, comma, that's argument number 2. Argument number 3, that's going to be message box button. Let's collapse this so that you guys can see that. Close this here. Message box buttons column yes or no, comma, argument number 4 is message box icon. Let's try that again, comma, message box icon, column. I'm going to make that question. There we go. Right, and press enter. So right underneath here I'm going to now use an if statement. If I exit equals system, okay, that'll be system Windows. Copy all of that and just paste that in here, system Windows, and it's going to be yes. So let's use the curly braces there and do that again, and that will be application column exit, enter parenthesis and close that. There, that is my exit taken care of. So we can save and give that a shot and see how that looks like. Right, let's try out our exit. Click on that. No, I do not want to exit. Yes, I want to exit. And one thing that I would like to draw your attention to, that is the message box icon of question mark. Yes, I want to exit. That is what I'm talking about right there. And if you like, you can even change that to message box information. There we go. And if you decide to change that to information, this is what you will get when you click on the exit button. There we go. You see that information? No. And yeah, that's it. Fine. Okay, let me take care of another very easy basic task there. So I'm going to take care of this reset. Double click on reset, and the first thing I'll do is let's enter the name of that. That's txt. Yeah, let's go for basic pay, and enter my arrow there, and I just want to reset it. Then I also want to reset the overtime. Let's see, overtime. There we go. Oh, we should enter a column there. press enter, and so on, guys. There. So that is my reset lines of code for every single component that I have on my system. Have a good look at it. There. Save that. Okay, so the next thing we want to do now is to take care of the big one, and that is just to do with the payment calculation. But first thing first, let me declare some variables right here. I'm going to declare some global variables that I'm going to need. There we go. Those are the variables that I'm going to be using. These ones that's to do with the calculator, and these ones, the one below, will be to do with the main calculation of my payroll payment. So let's come right down here, double click on that, and right in here, the first thing is, let me declare the following local variables. So that's going to be known as gross pay, then followed by deduction and net pay, and so on. There. Now the global variable is declared up there in a city, that is going to be equals double column parse, and what are we passing into it? That is going to be txt in a city wages, and that is a text. There, taken care of. The next one is, let me go for the basic pay. Basic pay equals double. I'm just going to copy that and paste that right there, and this is going to be txt basic pay, as basic salary I call it. There. And the next thing we do have overtime. Overtime equals, might as well copy all of these again, just paste it right there, and that is going to be overtime. There we go. Alright, now let's check out my gross pay now. So the gross pay is going to be all of the content we have in there. Gross pay equals, let's add them all up, in a city plus basic pay plus overtime. I will make sure we enter a column there. Now we need to enter this into my label called LBL, gross pay dash text equals. Now because I want to convert that to pound sign, I'm going to say a string. I would like you to format as follows: format there, and speech mark, curly braces, O column C2, that will give me 2 decimal places, and then close my curly braces, comma, and I'll need to enter my gross pay there. So that should take care of my gross pay. But in here, that is wrong. That should have been text. So let's just get rid of that and change that to text. Right. Okay, good. Okay, let's try that out and see how that works. Then we take it from there. Okay. And in here, we enter CT within allowance and overtime. Click on that. There we go. Look at that. That's fine. So close that. Come right down here. Now that we've taken care of all of these, the next one we want to take care of is, let's take care of the tax. Tax equals, the tax is going to be based on all of these. Copy all of that. Right. Paste that in here. And the next thing is going to, let's say the tax is multiplied by 9 and let's divide that by 100. Close that. And we need to close 1, 2. Nope. There we go. Yeah, that will be for the tax. We also need pension. Pension. Right. And pension equals all of these as well. Okay, all of these as well. And let's divide that by 12. Monthly pension. Now we have student loan. Student loan. So it's going to be the same, and the student loan in this case is about 5%. Okay. What about NI? NI payment. NI payment, and the NI payment will make that about 3%. That's good. Okay, now all of the calculations are taken care of. We now need to add them somewhere. Let's say LBL tax by tax equals, and we want it as this format. I'm going to paste all of that in there and just change the content in here to tax. There. I'll take care of that. And the next thing we want to take care of, let's take care of pension. LBL pension. Copy all of that and just dump it there. And change this to pension. That becomes pension. Right. The next one we would like to take care of is going to be LBL student loan. Paste, and this will become student loan. Okay, what else do we want to take care of? LBL and I payment. Paste. And just copy the NI payment and set it right here. Okay, student loan. Oh, it's called load. Yeah, it should be loan. So let's see where correction should have taken place. Right up there. Let's change that to loan. N. Okay, that should take care of that. Alright, all of those are sorted. And the next thing I would like to take care of before running this is, let me come up here. I need to take care of deduction. Yeah, deduction. Let's take care of the deduction so far. Deduction is going to be as follows. That's going to be tax plus pension. What else do we deduct it? Yeah, plus student loan. Where is it? Student loan. And we also have NI. Those are all the deduction. So let's go for LBL deduction now. LBL deduction. equals all of this. There we go, and we just change the content there to deduction. Right. Okay, what about net pay? Let's see, net pay. Net pay in that case is going to be gross pay minus deduction. There, that will give me the net pay. So in that case, LBL net pay equals that, and this will be net pay taken care of too. Okay, one more important thing is I'm going to call period. Let's say period, the variable period equals double, and let's pass as follows. And what we're passing in there is going to be txt tax period. Okay, txt tax period, that's what I pass in there. Close that. Now, and I want LBL tax payable by text equals string. Just copy that and paste that in there instead of typing, and that's going to be the period. That's for the, I've just worked out taxable. Now I also need pensionable. In the case of pensionable, I might as well just set it for LBL pensionable. I'm going to copy all of these and I just add them in there. Pensionable is going to be period multiplied by pension. So do we have pension? We have pension right there. Period multiplied by pension. There we go. That's it. All done. So my calculation there is taken care of. Okay, so that is looking good. Let's take care of this so that we avoid that error. Yeah. Okay, let's save that and run it. Alright, our tax period is period number 1. Enter that in there and just make that up. Yeah. Okay, we need some codes in here and in here. NI number and that. Right. Click on that. There we go. Look at that. That is fine. There's one more thing. I would like to have my reference number and take care of this. Okay, close that. Let's go back into, yeah, right here we can always have our reference number there, and right there, that's my reference number. That's taken care of. So all of that is now sorted apart from the calculator. So let's run it and see how it's going to look like. Okay, let's enter some value in there. And there we go. Let's try that out. My reference is there. You see that, guys? Okay, so let's take care of the calculator. The calculator, I already have a calculator on YouTube, so I'm going to be very fast with that. So let's come back in here. Okay, back in here, the first thing I like to do is to come right here to the calculator area. The whole idea of the calculator is for you to verify your payment in there as an accountant or whatever you might be. Okay, now I've selected all my numeric character on the calculator. I will now go straight to the properties. Let's come in here. See, in the on the event area. In there I'm just going to name that as, let's say, numbers only, and press enter. In the inside the numbers only, there enter the following lines of code that should take care of the numbers. Now let's take care of the arithmetic operator. I'm going to come right down here, select all of the operators that I intend to use this for, come straight back to the property, click event, and I'm just going to enter arithmetic operator in there. OP, press enter, and right there enter the following lines of codes for my arithmetic operator. There. Now let's go back and let's take care of the equals. Double click on the equals, come right down here, paste those lines of codes in there, and there we go. Those are the lines of codes for the equals of the calculator. If you want to see a full tutorial of this very calculator, it's right there on YouTube. Okay, now let's take care of we take care of the backspace. So let's come right down here, let's come in here, double click on the backspace, and the following lines of code should take care of the backspace. Now let's go back in there, and now let's take care of the display itself. So let's come in here, this very display, double click on that so that we can always retain our 0 in there. And now I'm going to take care of, copy that, I'm going to take care of the declare button. So let's come in here, double click on the clear button, and there, right, that's the clear button taken care of. And we also need to take care of the CE. So we'll come in there, paste that in there, and I'm going to, let's take care of the dot sign. So let's go back in here, take care of the period, and there we go. Now finally let's take care of the plus minus. Double click on the plus minus, press enter. There we go. Those are the lines of code for the plus minus. And like I said, if you want to work on the calculator, you will see a complete tutorial on YouTube. So let's run it and see how that looks like. There we go, guys. Now let's enter a name there. So employee name, I'm going to enter my name in there, Paul Lumen, and address of Paul Lumen is #1 Godson Way, and in here P, that would be PO Box, and mail. Okay, now tax period is 1. Reference number will be taken care of automatically. Then employee name, I work for, let's say all good aviation, and here the name Paul Woman. Wages and basic pay, let's go for 3,000 plus, and in here overtime. Yeah, okay, tax code, that's my tax code right there, and tax NI number, NI code. And that's all there is to it. So all I just need to do now is to click on the payment. There we go. And that's how you create your own payroll management system using Visual C++. With that, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial, and I suppose you guys enjoyed. You all have a nice day now. Bye for now.